G'day mate, Simon, VA7BIX. How's everybody doing today? Well guys, I've got the fabulous build of probably my favourite antenna of all time, and that's the wonderful tape measure antenna. And in light of the recent article that's just come out on QST magazine, where they actually asked me what's my favourite antenna, and of course it's the tape measure, I thought it very apropos to do a video, a modern updated video on the build and the setup and the performance of the tape measure antenna. All right guys, let's get on with the show, and here we go. Woo! All right guys, so what we're going to do here today is we're just going to do a walkthrough of the very basics of what you need to get the tape measure antenna up and running. You need one of these little PL259 barrel connectors. They're a must. So, and I would suggest guys, don't buy one, don't buy two, get yourself a bucket of these. Every ham that I know will say the same thing. These things always mysteriously or unmysteriously disappear on you. So make sure you get lots of these barrel connectors. And what I've done here, guys, is I've simply cut off a short little lead like this, which is your PL259 into this. This is the block connector. I'll put a link down below. It's actually on my Amazon store, the exact same one that I use. I like this one with the the provision for 4 wires. It just means you can get a little bit of separation from the radiating to the ground, the radiating element or the center pin, and the ground side. And the thing that you need is the barrel, which simply goes into there. Screw that on. This goes into there. So now we are ready for the next part of the antenna. How are we going to connect this to the tape measure? Well, it's very simple, and here it is. So this is the male. You could even use the female that goes into the coax side, but I've used the male of that, and then here is the female connector. And when you buy these connectors, guys, they automatically come with a male and female. And what I've got here, I've simply got a little 3-inch piece of wire that goes to a big crocodile clamp. This is the one, I think this is actually a battery clamp. This is the one that I use. I like it because it can go easily around the width of the tape measure. It goes like that. And what I like about this, you do not need to de-coat the back. And you can see how I have, and because I live right on the ocean, you can see how it's tending to rust, right? But I find with this tape measure, and this one's a simple Irwin. I got this at Canadian Tire. It was right at the checkout. I think at the time I bought this, it was like $6.25 or something. It's a 25 foot or 8 meter, 1 inch tape measure. All right, so basically the simple way that this works is you just plug this into here, like so, and boom, we are ready to go.
WattCycle's lithium iron phosphate batteries utilize advanced battery management and thermal control technologies to ensure exceptional performance and reliability. We only use premium grade A cells, selected for their high energy density, superior safety, and impressive cycle life of up to 15,000 charges. WattCycle is proud to serve over 300,000 customers, empowering homes, businesses, and communities around the world with sustainable energy solutions. WattCycle Power Infinite.
Now you'll notice, guys, I've put a little piece so you can see there that the top wire is going to the center pin is going to the radiating element, which is going to be the tape measure. And the third, as you can see by the ground, 1, 2, 3 down, or I'll turn that around. The third one up, 1, 2, 3 up. What I did, guys, I just got a heavy little piece of about 6 gauge copper wire. I put that into there, tightened it, and now I can just clip the crocodile clips on that from the ground radials, which I will show you shortly. Now, the next thing we need to do, and you don't need to be a builder, but if you know anybody that's got some old offcuts of wood, you can make what we call the block. I'm very fortunate here at this park. I have this table This table is, it's rough, it's a concrete surface, but if you can find yourself a table, having a block, you could even have this on the ground. And I use this, so basically what I've done is I've drilled this out for schedule 40 PVC. So it's inch internal, inch and a quarter on the outside, schedule 40. That is going to sit in there like that. And then I've got another 5-foot piece, which is going to go on top like so. And then from there, this is where you're going to need to do a bit of shopping, guys. If you're a fisherman, you're laughing, but what we need for a fishing rod is what I use, is a big stiff beach fishing rod. You could probably find this at a junk store for maybe $1 or $2. And ideally what you want is a big, a wooden butt on it, because then you can file it, sand it down to flushly fit in there with the PVC join, if that makes sense. So there you go. And then what I've done, guys, is I've ripped off most of the runners, but I've kept 3 or 4 right on the tip. So this is 12.5 feet. And this piece of PVC with the join is basically 6.5 feet. So we've got 6.5 feet plus, what do we say, 12.5. So we've got basically, we've got 19 feet, which is good. It gives us a bit of room for the vertical, which is fantastic. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, which is very important, is we're going to mount this bracket here on the corner of the table. I use this guy here. He's awesome. Nothing beats this. One of those guys. Go to your hardware store, go to Home Depot, Bunnings in Australia. I'm not sure what the equivalent is in the UK, and just get one of these. And this guy's awesome. So I usually put him right on the corner, pretty much flush to the corner, and then I honk him down like so, make him nice and tight. And there we go. So that is rock solid. Alrighty, now where are we? We've mounted this, we're good to go. Next thing we're going to do, these are really important, guys. Because I'm not a builder, this thing over time, the hole that I've drilled out, which is 1.25 inches, is eventually splitting and it's getting wider. And so what I use, just lazy me, is I've just got a couple of these drill spades, and I find these just very, very handy. A couple of drill spades really, really help. When I put the PVC in there, you'll see that it's floppy, right? That's no good. So then what I do is I simply just put a drill spade in one side, and I always have a pair of multi-grips with me, and just give that a little tap down on that side. I put one on this side here like so. You know, and especially it's a bit of a breezy day. It's not too bad. The wind is probably only about maybe 1 or 2 knots. So it's not too bad, but it's really important to have a good stable block, right? This is the best string you will ever find. It's called Trader's Nylon, Builder's Line. It's fantastic. So you put it through obviously the end runner, and you bring it back down, and you want to try to keep it separated if you can. So then I've got to actually let another 6 feet off, right, to bring it down to me. You start at the very beginning, and then what I do here is I'll just lock that off, so that can just sort of hang. So the other thing I try to do, guys, I like to keep the tape measure line on the leeward side of the wind, because if it's on the windward side, it's constantly going to get raveled up and caught in the runners at the top. And that simply goes into there like so. So I've got plenty of length. I can then just drop that down on the ground. Yep, we're good. We are really good. The string is good. There's a little bit of a breeze, but the first thing I'm going to do is tie it to the tape measure. All right, so we put this through here, and I just do an ordinary, just any knot, just an ordinary reef knot or granny's knot. Anything will do. But you want to do it, make sure it doesn't fall down. And then this is the fun part. And this is what the kids love. Raise the sails, laddie. Woohoo! I want to express and really convey on the QST article is how fun this is for kids. To be able to see this, just to be able to raise this up like so, and raise it up for resonance, and hear the radio get louder, hear the radio get quieter, go over and check out the SWR, etc. There's nothing better. It's so fun. The last thing we have to do before we get on the air, always guys, always stay this bad boy up. And I would say that in all certainty, always put a stay on to the windward side, right? And now I know the wind is coming straight out off Washington State. Just walk that over there, put a ground spike in, and just a little cheats way. If you put a ground spike in, you don't need to do a lot of knots. What I do is just wrap it round a couple of times, just do a little loop on itself, another little loop on itself, like that, like a little half hitch, and that just sort of takes a little bit of the weight off the antenna, if you will, right? And it just gives it that extra little bit of support when you've got that wind pounding down on it. Woo! This is fun setting this up. This little guy here is an absolute beauty. This is just going to simply clamp onto here. So what I do here, guys, just so there's no weight on the feed point, is I just bring this through here, and I want to make sure it's not hitting on any metal either. So I typically just sort of run it around here, and then just sort of go through the table. So that'll be good. So then that'll clip onto there, and then this will be what clips onto the ground radials, which we're going to set up right now. And we are ready for woohoo! The next step, which is the radial system. I've got 24 radials of 8 feet 9 inches. Anyway, it works out that I've got about 63 or 64 meters of ground radials. I can tune this antenna for 20 meters. I can tune it for 40 meters. And I've just put a little crocodile clip on the end of each 12 of the wires. We've got it facing towards the southeast, and basically we're ready now to connect the 2 alligator clips onto the feed point. We're going to then turn the radio on, and we're going to speak to the world. Woohoo! We clip this onto this nice new shiny piece of copper wire. We put that onto there, and then we're going to put that onto there like that. Simple as that, guys. And I'm just going to run that around there, and I'm not going to hook it up yet because I want you to hear the roar of the radio when we do it for the first time. All right, everybody, here we go, the moment of truth. Alrighty, guys, so here we go. We're going to turn the radio on. There it is. We don't have an antenna hooked up yet. All right, guys, here we go. There we go. I'm 1-to-1, guys. I'm absolutely 1-to-1. There you go. It's static on 10 meters right now, guys. It's not ideal, the bands today, but you know what? Who cares? I'm in a beautiful place. I've got my tape measure going here, and the great thing is all I've got to do is just adjust the length for the different bands, and I don't even need to get off my butt. Woohoo! All right, guys, there's nothing going on here. This is Victor Alpha 7, Bravo Indy X-Ray. We're going to QSY to 12 meters. Woohoo! Nothing going on 10. All right, so let's see if there's anything on 12 meters. The easy thing about 12 is all I've got to do is grab the string, drop the clutch off that, just pull it up, go up to, there it is, 8 feet, like so. Twist that around the bollard or cleat, like so. Just get the little clip and boom. Now I'll just quickly turn the radio over here onto 12 meters. Check, 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 check. Absolutely. 1-to-1. All right, guys, so let's find a frequency. 12 looks rubbish as well. And we're going to raise it up. And I'll put Sharpies where it's resonant. There we are, 10 feet, which is 3 meters for my metric friends. We're going to tie that off on the bollard. And now we are, I would say, let's turn the radio up. Now let's hook the antenna up. Watch what happens here. Check, check, check. Absolutely 1-to-1. Guys, this is pretty bad bands. Big Aurora last night. So there you go. So that was 15 metres. And now we're going to go down to 17. This is Victor Alpha 7, Bravo Indy X-ray. We're clear. Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to go down to 17 metres. I think I've marked where, yeah, there it is, 13 feet. There it is, which is 396 centimetres, is 1-to-1 on 17 metres. Boom. I've got the radiating element coming into the terminal block, and then I've just got the 2 crocodile clamps clamped onto that little piece of copper wire, bare copper wire. And here I've got 24 radials of 8 feet 9 inches.
Victor Echo 1 Sierra Kilowatt. QSL Simon, we'll go 5-6 both ways there, buddy. 5-6 both ways. I knew I was going to be able to hear you because I heard you talking to Greg, over. Oh yeah, performer. The performer.
Now, okay, in all honesty, is Greg, is he stronger than me for you today?
No, we're both the same. We're both the same. I'd say we're lucky that you're both the same, over.
Woohoo! Roger, mate, you know I'm punching the air and saying yes to the tape measure, right?
Oh, you got it, you got it.
Whiskey 7, Juliet, Mike.
And 4's NDX. QSL. I'll tell you what, band's been really crap today.
Kilo Whiskey 6, Alpha Charlie Kilo.
Kilo Romeo 0 Whiskey Sierra.
Alpha Lima 7, Kilo Charlie. Kilo Bravo Tango November Sierra. Mike Sierra. QSL, you're 5-9 Utah. Whiskey Alpha 7,
Tango November Sierra.
Radial, Tango.
Well, there we go, guys. Those bands were absolutely terrible. I love it. The old tape measure, guys. You can build this thing for under $25. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you just swung by my channel, welcome. And if you're a return visitor, thank you so much for coming back, guys. I really appreciate it. And while you're here, please hit that like and subscribe button, because your support fuels my passion and helps keep the inspiration alive. All right, mates, have a great day. Build yourself a tape measure antenna. It's a ton of fun. And we'll catch you on the bands very, very soon. Cheers, mates. 7-3. Woohoo!